The United States has the biggest GDP on the planet, the strongest basketball league in the world, the richest football league that exists. But there's one thing American money has never been able to buy: a World Cup. And here's the funny part. In 2026, they got closer than they had in almost a century. Stick with me, because I'm going to explain how this story started, why it almost died, and what actually happened this year. In 1930, at the very first World Cup in history, the USA finished third. Sounds crazy, right? But it was a different era. Barely any country sent a team, and the Americans made the most of it. Still, that result, almost 100 years later, remains the best in the country's history. In theory, that should be embarrassing. In practice, it's just become a bar trivia fact. After 1930, the U.S. basically vanished from world football, and it wasn't for lack of athletic talent. The country just chose other games. NFL, NBA, baseball, soccer became a neighborhood youth thing, while the rest of the world celebrated goals by ripping their shirts off. In 1994, the United States hosted the World Cup for the first time, and that's when, oddly enough, interest in the sport replanted its roots in the country. Not long after, MLS was born, the American Professional League. It was a slow process, but it started something. 32 years later, the World Cup came back to the United States, this time sharing the stage with Mexico and Canada in a brand new, expanded 48-team format, the biggest World Cup ever played. In charge of the team, head coach Mauricio Pochettino. On the field, the name everyone was watching, Christian Pulisic. And the mission was simple to say, impossible to pull off until now, when the tournament no American men's team had ever won. And here's where it gets interesting. The USA had the best group stage they've ever had. They finished first in Group D, with a record points total and a record number of goals scored in a single World Cup. They won their first 2 games, something that hadn't happened since 1930. Sounds simple, but it isn't. Almost a century of waiting for a start like that. In the knockout rounds, they faced Bosnia and Herzegovina, and the USA won 2-0, securing their spot in the round of 16. It was only the second knockout stage win in American World Cup history, and their first against a European opponent since way back in 2002. You know how it is when the team finally delivers on the hype. But against Belgium, in the round of 16, the party ended. A 4-1 defeat at home in front of their own fans. The feel-good run ran straight into the same old wall. A more experienced European team when it mattered most. At the end of the day, the United States is still the richest country that's never lifted the trophy. But 2026 showed something different. For the first time in nearly a century, they actually look close. So here's the question that's left hanging. When does the money finally turn into a trophy? If you enjoyed learning this story, hit subscribe. There's a lot more coming.